everybody. It's so nice to be back doing live streams. You know, we've been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's nice to be able to do an actual stream where we interact and we do some news stories. Couple of things up front. I did see the Thundercats story. Adam Wingard, how big a hit is Godzilla vs. Kong? Adam Wingard already has his next project. You know, it's funny. I remember reviewing his first breakout horror movie, and I was like, this guy's going places. He's really clever. He's a very business-savvy filmmaker. And sure enough, here he is. But I didn't have time to put it into today's stream, so I have it pegged for tomorrow's stream. I can't wait to see how the Thundercats are cast. Those will definitely get videos. So that's very cool. Is it going to be an animated? I didn't get a chance to see the full story. If it's animated, I don't think... That seems crazy to me. I don't think anybody would want to see an animated. Now let me check. Now I'm like, what? My interest in it just went down considerably if it's animated. Let's see here. It's a hybrid of CGI and animation. That sounds maybe not so good. What do you guys think? Would you be interested in this if it was animated? I mean, if I don't have people in Thundercats makeup, maybe they got spooked by the Cats movie. As Ralph Boner just said. You have misspelled your name, Ralph Boner. There's an H in there if you're supposed to be Evan Peters' character. If it's not, I think it's got to be like with the makeup, quite frankly. It's got to be live action. I mean, let's see. I think Adam Wingard's pretty good. So anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, so the other thing I wanted to tell you is that, yes, I was as surprised as you that the RT score, the Rotten Tomatoes score for Godzilla vs. Kong, speaking of Godzilla vs. Kong, went up. I thought for sure it was going to go down. And I think that's more genius on behalf of Warner Brothers. I think that nobody wants to be a party pooper. I myself was right on the line. I gave it a fresh tomato. I didn't know which way to go. I was like, do I give it a fresh tomato? Do I give it a rotten tomato? It's like Birds of Prey. I was like, I'm right on the line. I wish that, again, I still feel that there should be a not so fresh, but you can eat it tomato, because I feel that would be a lot more of things. I think Rotten Tomatoes would be a far more accurate site if there was a third tomato choice. But anyway, I was like, yeah, you know, I think everybody's rooting for Godzilla vs. Kong to save the movie business. So just everybody supporting it. And, you know, critics can choose what their rating is. And I saw someone who gave the movie like a C+, give it a fresh tomato. And I saw someone who gave it like a 6 out of 10 a fresh tomato, which I guess technically is fresh. But it was just really funny. It was just crazy. So that's what happened. Because I think the combination of the industry needing this, the industry needs a hit. And the movie made so much money over the weekend, I think everyone's like, fresh tomato. So I think that's really interesting. If only all Rotten Tomato scores could come out after the movie opened. It's just hilarious. It's really funny, you know? It's like, it's just so funny. It's really weird to review a movie after you see what the audience reaction is. I can tell you that I think that a lot of people, when they see it, are going to be like, yeah. But you know what? I mean, here's the thing. However you reacted to other Titan movies, you will react to this one. I mean, I just think that's what it is. You know, like, I preferred the Godzilla King of Monsters, but at the same time, I saw that on an IMAX screen. I feel if I had seen this movie on an IMAX screen, I would have liked it more. But, I mean, it's a movie that, you know, but I think, you know, hey, what are you going to do? It's a pandemic. Not everybody can see it in theaters, and that's just the way it is. All right, so let's get to today's 3 stories. But that's an interesting thing that's going on there. All right, so here we go. Hold on. Story number 1. We're back to the boops, baby. Boop. All right, so this was funny how this came about. I can't believe how sloppy the people on Thor Love and Thunder are being, that they ruined this just so they could go to a soccer game. And there's Russell Crowe, by the way. at the soccer game in question, or football if you are in the foreign country that they're in Australia. So they went to a football match, which is soccer for those of us in the United States. And Russell Crowe not only attended with the rest of the cast, but hung off the balcony. He was like, woo! He was really into the game. And everybody was like, hey man, what's he doing with the cast of Thor Love and Thunder? So then Deadline, where their reporter knew about this, was like, he's not just hanging out with them, he's in the movie. And then all the other trades published it, which I thought was like really funny. Really, really, really funny. Oh, it's a rugby game? My apologies to those of you in Australia. I know there are many, many sports, particularly in foreign countries that us Americans aren't aware of. We don't cast a wide net for sports over here in the U.S. But you fixed your name, Ralph Boner. That was fast. That's pretty funny. But I feel kind of bad this was ruined. I feel kind of bad it was ruined. But then I went and I helped and I gave you some information. So I went to my sources and I was like, who the hell is he playing? And my source said that they heard from a couple of scripts ago that he was Zeus, God of Thunder. Thor is God of Thunder. That kind of makes sense. And that's right. Isla Fisher was also at this event. Why are they all hanging out there? It's so stupid. I'd be like, stop socializing in public. So I think that Zeus is a pretty clever idea. And one of you had a very good point that if Gore is the God Butcher, he's got to kill some gods, right, to make him a threat. So he kills gods from all different belief systems because, there's a lot of gods out there. So for him to kill Zeus early on in the movie, I think would be pretty freaking awesome, right? And he's like, all right, one God of Thunder down to go, one down, one to go. I think that would be really interesting. But I saw another theory online that I actually liked better than him being Zeus, but I don't know if they're going to do it. So it was the idea that in that storyline where Thor fights Gore the God Butcher in the comics, he fights him at different ages. So he fights him when he's an old man, and he fights him when he's like really like still like I think just got Mjolnir or doesn't have Mjolnir just yet, and then current Thor. So it would be interesting if, especially considering Fat Thor from Avengers Endgame, if Russell Crowe was playing older Chris Hemsworth. I think that would be very funny. So I would like that a lot. But then here's the problem that we have at the bottom line. Where the hell is Jane Foster going to fit into all this? I mean, if they should just do the Gore the God Butcher storyline, quite frankly. And I don't know how funny this is going to be. Taika Waititi is a comedian, although he, of course, did Jojo Rabbit. But, I just don't know how Jane Foster is going to fit in here. I mean, Russell Crowe could be a new father figure to Thor as Zeus because Odin, of course, died, although Odin always comes back, although I don't think Anthony Hopkins wants to come back. He wasn't at the rugby game. So I just don't know. I mean, the Jane Foster storyline is so crucial. I don't know how that's not the only thing in the movie. I mean, they're just throwing I don't even know why they're overlapping the Gore the God Butcher storyline in there. It just seems like too much to me. I mean, if you're doing Jane Foster as Lady Thor, just do Jane Foster as Lady Thor. That was a really intricate storyline with Roxanne, although I think they're doing the Roxanne stuff now over in the Loki show. But I really loved that comic, the Lady Thor storyline, and it went on for like a year or something. It was really long. So we'll see. But we'll see what happens. But hey, Alexander Valentine, thanks for joining. Well, welcome to all new members. I appreciate it. Let me give some quick shout-outs. I forgot to do that. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Let me see if I see anybody else. They disappear after a little bit. Sion Mieron, welcome. I think I mispronounced your last name. But that's a cool name. Sean Malia, welcome back. Oh, that's everybody I can see. So, yeah. What do you guys think? I think it's too crowded. I mean, I think Taika Waititi did such a good job with Thor Ragnarok that I'm not going to be like, it's over. But I'm like, I'm concerned. I'm like a little concerned. Slightly concerned. Evan says, what if it's a 3-hour movie? I will take that too. Mika says, Thor core? I don't know. Maybe he has that's true. He has all these Thors, and I guess Zeus technically could be a Thor, right? So that kind of makes sense too. But it's real crowded. Yes. Madeline points out that Spider-Man is very crowded. Spider-Man is also very crowded. Yeah, I guess they have so many people that they want to get back on the screen that it gets too crowded. But at the same time, like, these are new characters. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. I trust Taika Waititi quite a bit. Hey, Nathan Hiddle. That's a nice photo of you. But I just think it's crazy. I like older King Thor, as Dallas pointed out, but I heard Zeus. So we'll see. I mean, there are a couple of interesting ways to go here. All right, so that's, so yet another, we know about Melissa McCarthy. All the gags in this movie are ruined just because they can't, I appreciate on-set photos as much as the next person, but for the love of God, hey, John Moore, shoot under a freaking canopy for Pete's sake. I mean, these are the worst leaks of ever. Like, they're real bad. They're like, I think I said they were the worst leaks I've ever seen, and I think that they are. They're real bad. I think Taika Waititi, I always get a little nervous when a set doesn't take things seriously and they start playing around too much. Hey, Danelle J, I get a little worried about the movie itself. I think it's really important that, when people start feeling that they're having a party on set, they're probably not doing the best job that they can. That's how I feel about it. Everybody should always remain very professional. I'd be like, I'm sorry you're all getting along so well, but stop it. Stop it. Focus on your job. All right, so that's the first story of the day. Second story of the day, is that yesterday, Dwayne Johnson scared the crap out of me when he said Movie Math was already running late. I was like, oh man, I got to get Movie Math up. And then in the middle of the day, Dwayne Johnson says, Black Adam's going to make a big announcement today. And I was like, God damn it, I don't have time to cover this today, Dwayne. I've got to have dinner. And I was like, maybe it's a release date announcement. Maybe I'll luck out. And it was. I know a number of you were hoping for a bigger story. I know a number of you were like, oh man, he's gonna announce that it's gonna be Henry Cavill, because I told you I heard that Henry Cavill was trying to get in there as a cameo, and I think that movie would greatly benefit from Henry Cavill in a cameo. But I think considering how Warner Brothers is still really fighting with the Snyderverse, I think it would be very unusual. It would send really weird mixed messages if they were like, the Snyderverse isn't continuing, but Henry Cavill is in Black Adam. Never say never until we actually see the movie with our peepers. But I think that that's kind of what's, I didn't think they were going to announce that. But sure enough, it was the release date. So it's coming out July 29th, 2022. And some of you pointed out that that's supposed to be the same date as Indiana Jones 5. And it's right around another movie, Black Panther 2. But as also some of you pointed out, Black Adam is about to go into production, while Black Panther 2 and Indiana Jones are they're not even close to beginning their filming. So I don't know if they're going to be able to make their dates, quite frankly, with coronavirus. So I don't see that happening. So I think that Black Adam's like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for this date. And that's a good date. July 29th is a good date. It's right before the last weekend of August, and so I think you could make a decent amount of money. I do have some major lens flare going on. I have noticed it as well. But that makes, as I tweeted, 4 movies from the DCEU in 2022. And Walter Hamada, as many of you pointed out, said he was going to do 4 movies a year in 2 series. I don't know about that plan. I think 4 movies is a lot. I know Marvel's putting out 4 movies, but I think that's a lot for Marvel too. And I don't really know if the comic book space can take 8 Marvel and DC movies a year plus other comic book movies. I'm a little nervous about that. So anyway, the Batman comes out March 4th, which is the worst date ever. It's such a bad date. Please, for the love of God, move the Batman. But that finished filming. Just recently finished filming. So that's definitely going to be ready. Then Black Adam comes out July 29th, 2022. And then The Flash and Aquaman 2 are back-to-back at the end of the year, 11/4 and 12/16. Now, Aquaman 2 is really going to want to make that date because that's the same space where it made $1 billion last time. So they're not going to want to leave that corridor. Summer-themed movies coming out during Christmas can make an awful lot of money. So Aquaman 2 is like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to take this date. I will tell you that The Flash and Aquaman 2 are both about to go into production. I think that the Flash earlier than Aquaman 2. The Flash is at the starting line. However, let's see if Michael Keaton trips it up by saying no thank you. We'll see what happens with Michael Keaton. I think he's right on the edge of, we'll see. I think that's crazy. Michael Keaton, he's like, I haven't even read the script. It's somewhere on my iPad. And I was like, if I were Warner Brothers and he said that, I'd be so upset. I'd be so hopping mad that he said that. I'd be like, the only reason you're probably even being interviewed right now, Michael Keaton, is because you're going to be in The Flash. So that could really, really hurt the movie if he doesn't do it, to the point where you're like, should you even still make it? If Michael Keaton doesn't sign on for The Flash, would you still make that movie? I would probably not make that movie, to be honest with you. I feel so bad. They're all ready to go. They're all ready to go. Everyone's set. They got a bunch of people in London doing pre-production. But it's going to be so much longer after the MCU thing. Some of you still want it. That's interesting. If Michael Keaton left, it would need to be rewritten. So they would not be able to begin production. It would be a big problem for that movie. Some of you still want it. That's interesting. Some of you were like, put Christian Bale in there. But he's Gore the God Butcher. I don't even know. I mean, is it as exciting for Christian Bale to come back? I think what's exciting is the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman. And he looks just like Batman beyond Bruce Wayne. I mean, that's the secret sauce right there. We'll see. We'll see. They can't get Jeffrey Dean Morgan because it's supposed to actually be Batman, not Thomas Wayne. So hopefully they'll work it out. All right, and then Aquaman 2, hopefully Aquaman 2, I think that, that's also, they're still tweaking that script last I heard. Hey, Snurfu1, that's a funny name. So I think those last two movies, though, once cameras roll, maybe they could make their dates. But let's see, that's a lot of movies. That's 4 movies in 1 year. I'm a little nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm very excited for Black Adam. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it start to come together. All right, so that's the second story of the day. Now for the third story of the day, boom, baby. Hulu found their new Elizabeth Holmes. Yes, Damon, James Wan is still making Aquaman 2, very much so. So Elizabeth Holmes wanted to be the new Steve Jobs, even down to the black turtleneck. And it turned out she was a liar, that she was making up the stuff that her company could do. It was like, pre-coronavirus, it was a blood testing company. And it was supposed to be like this amazing company. It was going to change medical testing. And the reason it was so unbelievable was because it was unbelievable. She basically was just making stuff up that the company could do, and she was lying about it. It's really, really interesting. And she's, in fact, been sued. Really an odd individual. Nathan, who's a new member, just got his comment blocked. I'll put it back in. The auto block did that. But yes, Nathan, she's nuts. She's like a really crazy, it's like the WeWork guy. You're going to get a lot of these companies, they're making all these movies and TV shows about these people who started companies and just straight up lied to their investors. Like straight up lied. It's incredible. And it's really also incredible that these investors didn't do better due diligence and they just drank the Kool-Aid. So Kate McKinnon was originally going to play this role for Hulu. It's a Hulu series. When they did Disney Investor Day, this was like the second thing that they talked about. They were like, Kate McKinnon. And Kate McKinnon, by the way, she's trying to get off of Saturday Night Live so bad. She's trying to do the Carol Baskin thing, and that's like, where's that, She's so close to getting there, something there, but because of scheduling, Kate McKinnon had to drop out. But Dogomania just said, I prefer Amanda Seyfried, and I would agree. I think Amanda Seyfried is a better choice for this project. And I'm so happy for Amanda Seyfried, who got this off of the strength of Mank, because she got so many nominations. She's now Golden Globe and Oscar nominated, and she did a wonderful, wonderful job in Mank. I thought she did a great job. So I think this is going to make this seem a little bit more like a more serious thing. I think Kate McKinnon's very funny, but I haven't seen her be able to do anything dramatic quite yet. And I think that it would seem almost like a comedy sketch with her playing this role, whereas Amanda Seyfried, I think, would make it seem more like a TV, miniseries. It would have a little bit more, I think it has a little more cachet this way. So I think it really worked out great for everybody involved. I don't think it would have been a big hit for Kate McKinnon, but I think it's going to do great stuff for Amanda Seyfried. I'm very happy for her. Good for Amanda Seyfried. She didn't give up. She didn't go away. She had a rough time, and she's back. All right, so those are the 3 stories of the day. For some reason, I think my heat's about to go on. Sorry about that. I thought I could escape it, but it's 7:21, so I'll answer your questions until 7:31, and then I must go. That's right, Hocus Pocus. Kate McKinnon was in Bombshell, and she did a very nice job, but I felt she could have done better. And also, she wasn't a lead. She wasn't as good as Margot Robbie, for instance, in my opinion. Kane Turner, I don't know if Jennifer Lawrence is ever going to do her Elizabeth Holmes project. Jennifer Lawrence is really backed up on the project. She signed up for so many projects, and I think she's just really backed up. So AT&T Investor Day, Mika, April 22nd. Let me put that in my notes. I think they're gonna lump all their things together. I think AT&T is gonna lump their GVK and Snyder Cut subscribers into one number, and you won't know who signed up for what. AT&T Investor Day. All right, but we will get a number at least. We will get a number. Bam, I don't know if I'm going to be reviewing the rest of Invincible. I'll probably maybe review it when it's over, but boy, did that thing underperform. I can't do it weekly. There's just no audience for it. Especially because I'm already doing Falcon and Winter Soldier on Fridays. So, I mean, let's just see what happens. Rodney Dollar says, Grace, are you surprised to see Raya still in the top 10 trending in Disney+? I sure am, but it makes more sense as to why they're doing this with Black Widow and Cruella. I'm glad. I want people to watch Raya. I think Raya is such a good movie. I love that movie. I think it's just so incredible, and I want everyone to discover it. So, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes! Mika says DC fandom. I'll tell you some tea. You want to hear some tea? Now, take this with a grain of salt because I got this as a blind tip. I got a blind tip from some people who are working at Comic-Con that said that if Comic-Con doesn't work out for Thanksgiving, that they'll probably go out of business. And that's why they're holding a Thanksgiving event, because San Diego wants them out of there. San Diego has not gotten along with Comic-Con for a long time, and apparently they really are having economic problems. So, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I like Comic-Con, but I feel Comic-Con has a lot of room for improvement, quite frankly. And also, I think DC Fandom proved that you could do it without them. So Marvel and DC and studios could hold their own events. They could hold their own events going forward. They could sell tickets. I mean, I told you in the past that, hey, Marquis Huggins, that's a funny name. I think that a problem, well, they can't bring it to Houston. One of the reasons that Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con does so well is its proximity to Los Angeles. So it's very easy to get talent to appear. So no convention that isn't in the Los Angeles area will be able to compete. So if another convention was to do well, it would have to maybe go to Anaheim, where Disneyland is. It would, where they hold D23. It would have to be something that was around the Los Angeles area. So maybe San Francisco could host it, but it has to be within a short flight distance or ideally a driving distance to Los Angeles. So Las Vegas, maybe Las Vegas, Thomas, because that's pretty close too. That's a hop, skip, and a jumping away, and everyone already goes out there for the theatrical exhibitor presentation. But we'll see what happens. I know that a lot of people have a problem with Comic-Con. They feel they're a little abusive. They were the only fish in the sea for a long time. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so keep an eye on that. Would anyone go to? I mean, I think holding it over Thanksgiving weekend is really ridiculous because no one's going to say see ya, family. I know this is a big family event where we all talk to each other, but I'm going to Comic-Con. And also it'll be cold. It'll be chilly. I mean, would anyone here go to Comic-Con for Thanksgiving? I like Josh Loves Movies. Hell no! That's funny. That's funny. I would also say that I think Comic-Con has gotten too crowded. It's almost impossible to navigate it if you're a regular person. I think that's a bit of a problem as well. I think they have too many people. You're never getting into Hall H. It's just not going to happen unless you're willing to camp out. Maruna. That's funny. So anyway, yeah, that's right, Dan Blaster. People get con crud as it as it is. If you don't know what con crud is, it's the lingo for people getting sick. They get like just a cold, like every time they go, because it's just like a germy place. It's crazy. There's Germopolis over there. All right. Mika, I'm not going to do a Godzilla vs. Kong watch-along because my dad's birthday is on Wednesday, and it's his birthday movie. And I just don't think I can watch that movie 3 times. But we'll probably do watch-alongs for Cruella, hopefully, and Black Widow. But it's crazy it's just crazy right now. It's like there's a lot happening. It's hard to balance it. But I brought back the streams. I'm glad that the streams were able to come back today. Holden Stamper says, the boys are invincible. Oh, I like them equally. I think they're great. Invincible is such a good show. It's like criminal that no one's paying attention to Invisible. I'm sure Amazon's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe we have a perfect show and it's not enough. Why aren't you watching Invincible if you're not watching it? Lisa, we'll definitely do a Black Widow watch along. It's gonna be so good. That's right, Portis 2. Streams are back, baby. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Mario Lopez. You don't want to know how good Invincible is? They had a sale on the Invincible trades, like the super trades, like 40 issues. And I bought like 40 issues in a single trade. And I bought every single Invincible comic ever made. That's how much I liked it. I bought every single Invincible comic ever made. Oh, Josh Loves Movie says, are you thinking about a Mortal Kombat watch-along? Would you guys want a Mortal Kombat watch-along? I heard it's super violent. I heard it's like really violent. Hey, Logan Chai. I heard it's like whoa. So we could do that maybe. Maybe we will do a Mortal Kombat watch-along. But it's like not one of the things I cover as much as some gamers do. So you guys all want to do it? Okay, we'll definitely do a Mortal Kombat watch-along. Mortal Kombat. Boom, 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 boom. I can't do the song in my head. I know it, but I can't do it in my head. It's going to be fun. Lisa says my husband can't wait for that movie. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I heard it's super violent. All right, we'll definitely do a Mortal Kombat watch-along. Let me go put that in my notes. Yeah, I did not do the theme song correctly. I can tell you that for sure. I can hear it in my head, though. Let's see. Is it rated R? It is rated R, TJ. Someone made a great point. They said that these rated R movies are going to benefit so much from being on HBO Max because HBO Max don't card. You can watch Suicide Squad, you can watch Mortal Kombat, and no one cares. So I think it's hilarious. Oh, yeah, bye, Lena. Isn't that funny? So if you couldn't see these things in theaters, you will be able to see it at home, no problem. That's really funny. That's right, Nina. Bring on the brutality. I like your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm is infectious. Josh Loves Movies says, I'm going to be carding like crazy for Mortal Kombat. That's funny. Very funny. All right, it's 7th. Oh, we have 1 more minute. Rodney, I already answered one of your questions here. Logan Shy says, Jane Foster's storyline for Disney Plus. I don't think so. I don't think Natalie Portman would do it. I know that a lot of people are benefiting from being on Disney Plus, but she's an Oscar winner. Danny, I would love to bring back Justice League Unlimited. That was such a great animated series. Chico, I'm thinking of having some Gordon's fish tonight. I'm pretty excited about it. Ice Hulk 2 says, how do you feel about Snyder Cut fans review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong? Don't do that, man. Godzilla, I feel like you shouldn't do it because a lot of the people who worked on Justice League are working on Godzilla vs. Kong, so it's friendly fire. And, just fight the good fight for the Snyder Cut, I don't think you want anyone to say anything bad about Snyder Cut fans. That's what you should always be thinking. Be like, if somebody heard that I did this, would that, how would it look, And that's how you should think about it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the timing as it gets lighter later to figure out the timing for the stream. All right, it's 7:31. I made it, says any random tea. That's pretty funny. I don't have any random tea that I can share. Okay, I can tell you some random tea. I heard that DC is interested in Andra Day. I don't know for what. I don't know for what project even, but she's on their radar. Isn't that nice? Good for her. All right, so everybody, let me give some shout outs. Let me give some shout outs. So what are you guys up to? Just tell me what you're doing, where you are. Dancing Dog 60 is having Chinese food in Boston. Dogomania says their parents got vaccinated today. Carlos Munoz is eating a honey bun, while Dallas Graham is enjoying some sour gummy worms. Given by Gabriel says, I got my stymie. Free, is that your stimmy? Is that your stimulus check? Free virtual hugs for everyone on me. Ah, yay! You're a high roller there. Jimmy Antoine is making a cake in Detroit. Hey, Jay Burr, thanks for joining. Hocus Focus says enjoying a black and blue salad with a nice glass of Chianti. Oh, living it up over there. Logan's working from home in Los Angeles. Terry says, great stream as always. Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you. Trevor Pearson says, moving. Where did you say that? Where is Trevor? Oh, it jumped. I think Trevor Pearson. Oh, moving out of my apartment in LA. Oh, I hope to a nice new place. Let's see here. Kevin is playing with his parrot in Montreal. Scott is eating lilac chocolates. That's funny. I like that. Someone very nice must have gotten them for him. Let's see here. Lena says it's currently 2:32 a.m. in Greece, and I'm about to go to sleep after this. Oh, Lena, I'm sorry I made you stay up late, if it was me. But thank you for staying up. I'm so glad you were able to join. Pastor Madeline says, snuggling with my cat in a comfy blanket. Aw. Oh, I can tell you something else. I'm working on getting some merch. I might have merch for you soon. I know that some of you have asked about it. It's been really hard to find a good partner. I hope that this works out, but it's some pretty cool stuff if it works out. So I'll keep you posted on that. So I'm glad that we'll hopefully be able to do that again. Merch is harder than you think. Merch is hard to do. But I want it to be special merch. I don't want to ask you guys to get something that's not cool. All right. And once it launches, you guys can give me requests. Of course, I would love to always hear what you guys think. All right, everybody, it's 7:34. I better get going. I better have some Gorton's fish, and I got to do some work still. But I hope that everybody has a lovely day. I'm so glad I was able to bring the streams back. There will be a stream tomorrow, but there won't be a stream on Wednesday because it's my dad's birthday, and I'm going over to help make a cake. All right, everybody. I will be working in the morning, though. But thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you, everybody. Bye. Toodles. Toodaloo.